Baby, you know I don't pull out when we loving. Touching and kissing and licking. No one's leaving your panties or something now.
Yo, what's up, MNG gang? Good morning. I hope you guys are having a awesome day so far. Mannie is still sleeping and my battery needs charging. I could have sworn I charged this last night. Bruh, oh, there's nothing wrong with my batteries at all. So yeah, you guys see this? I was like on the road for like good skin, summer skin, not really wearing makeup, and then this happens. This happened at the pool. Alright, so I had to come back inside, you guys. Sorry, it's so hot, and sorry if this video is so out of place. I'm like forgetting my thoughts. Bryson just didn't want to be outside anymore. So before I move on to like what's been going on, since I know a lot of you guys have been wondering why I would upload like 10 videos like every single day and then suddenly fall off the map for like 1 or 2 weeks, and here is why. Before this right here, before you guys ask what happened to your face, what happened to your hand, pool incident kind of messed me up. I know you guys probably seen the video of Mannie and I going to the pool, and I have astigmatism, which is blurred vision, so I was just trying to like practice like diving into the water, and I don't know what happened. It was just so fast paced, and I didn't know it was like all the way down to the ground because I was like moving over to like 4 and 3 feet, and it was like that I was already in the highest of 5 feet. What am I talking? It's morning, don't mind me. I know how to articulate my words. I passed AP English in 10th grade, so 10th grade AP. Alright, so don't mind me. I was in 5 feet and I maneuvered somehow to 4 to 3rd, and I went down under the water and I was too close to the ground, and I scraped my chin and my hand, and I just decided to stay in the water because obviously chlorine just kills all the bacteria and germs and all that, so it wasn't hurting when I was in the warm water and swimming. I just felt like I was gushing out blood, but luckily it was just like a bruise for my chin. It's just really red, but for my hand, it's like, it's deep. It's like 5 layers of skin. So yeah, that's that. I'm fine. I'm a warrior. Like, I just didn't even cry or brush it off or anything. Like, I wanted to swim. So what's been going on? Adulthood, adulting, adult life is very hard. In the beginning, when Mannie and I first moved here, I already had a sense of like, at that moment, that we were going to be living not paycheck to paycheck, but it was just going to be like on a very strict budget, due to the fact that Mannie was working at the time, but YouTube allowed me to kind of like have more leniency to make more money far as sponsorship deals. Obviously what I'm making every month with my network, which I'm no longer with, I was making the same amount as, no, I was making very low amounts, but I was depending on sponsorships to like pay bills and, you know, expenses and all that stuff. And Mannie was just like pay like car note and all that. That is really irrelevant, but it was just like I had majority of the money to go to bills. So we were like struggling for a while. We were barely eating. We had to ask my parents for food and stuff like that. It was just like at the time, I just want to give you guys advice where you think you know it all, but you don't. Like, I was a person that I know it all, but I know that I'm strong enough to kind of like deal with it and kind of like learn through mistakes and kind of better myself. So in that situation, I was struggling hard. I thought I knew everything, like coming into this situation, and like living with another person and just taking sole responsibility. Like, I'm playing like my mom now. I'm like cleaning, cooking, paying bills, like, you know what I mean, working, and it's like doing all that balance and then taking care of your significant other is very hard. You have to find a balance within all, and kind of like learn each other, learn yourself in this sense. And I didn't really know myself to the fact of just like being independent. I was always depending on my mom and Mannie to always kind of like be there and just like drive me everywhere because I don't have a license, and just like you know be the man, like, you know what I mean. My mom was there to provide food and, you know, comfort and all that. So a roof over my head. So in that sense, it was like, okay. So when I come here, it was like, oh crap, all these bills are adding up. Where is all the money going? Like, and then next thing you know, when all the bills are paid, we're starving and stuff like that. So it was really hard. And me, I don't like asking for handouts whatsoever. Like, I don't put my business on social media or anything. Like, this is by far like nothing like to the extreme. Like, I'm putting my business out there. This is something for where you guys can learn from me, because I know there's people out there like me that just lives in a bubble that was pretty much sheltered their whole life, so you don't really know the world until you're into the world and you're like, wait, this is not how you thought the world would be. So it's kind of like me living in like a fantasy world. Like Mannie always said, like, you're living a fairyland world. And because everything was just all peaches and cream, like I never really experienced anything horrible in my life, like no like horrible deaths of someone close to me, nothing like tragic happened to where like it's changed me and it made me grow up. Like nothing, never that happened to me. So I'm like, there's like, if you look back on my videos, just like super bubbly, so shy, like so reserved, like, you know what I mean. So like I actually became a woman just because of like me dealing with like all this stuff, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Like I keep telling Mannie, like, us struggling is because there's something bigger in store for us, and in order for us to appreciate that, we have to struggle, because Mannie and I had stuff handed to us our whole entire life. Like we never, like, it's like we take things for granted almost, in a sense. Like I don't take things for granted, but I kind of do. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I live through other people's shoes to where I don't make their mistakes. But there's times, like, as humans, you know, you do take things for granted, the little things, and then when it's gone, you like appreciate it so much more. So it's like, that's what I needed and he needed as well, because it's like we never really gone through anything like that. We never gone through any major problems in our relationship in our 10 years of like being together. Like everything was just so happy and, you know, nothing to worry about, like carefree. So with that being said, it was like, you have to know, like, coming in, like, save a bunch of money before you move. Just know, like, I feel like I wouldn't have moved if I knew I was going to be in this predicament, but it's like I wouldn't change it because it helped me who I am today. Like, I learned how to cook on my own. I learned how to manage a house and keep it upkept and clean, and just like have something on my own, and just be like, look back on it and be like, dang, I did like that. Like me grinding and being consistent with YouTube did that. I didn't have a job. I haven't had a job in like 9-10 years. Like I had one job and I only was there for like a short amount of time. I don't like being told what to do, so I had to find something to where I am still being me, which is like lazy, but at the same time doing something that I love and doing it at my own time and at my own pace. So that's where YouTube came in, and I wasn't receiving money for YouTube for like 3 years, and then I started getting money for like $25, and that was so big to me. Like $25 was huge to me. Like, oh my gosh, mom, look. And she was like, no, you need a real job. Like, that's not paint, that's not cutting it. And I'm just telling her, like, YouTube is a business. You have to grow and keep putting in the work in order for you to see the results. But you have to keep putting it in. It's not going to happen overnight. For some people, yeah, it happens, but you have to keep putting in the work in order for you to see that progress, in order for you to see that the growth, the money, and all that will come in if you just keep grinding. And I kept doing that until I'm able to provide a living for myself for Mannie and for Bryson now. And since YouTube had its recent falling out, our money, we're really like, it's struggle. And you may not see that because I don't like to show stress. Like last year I was so stressed, like just like trying to figure out everything because it was all so new to me. And now that I'm re-experiencing that stress because of the YouTube fallout with advertisements, I learned to not become overwhelmed. I learned to just, it's okay. Something amazing is going to happen, which it always does. Like, I always kind of like underestimate like the universe, my life, opportunities, and for some reason something just pops up and it helps me get out of this hole that I am. So I now like try not to be a stress. I try not to be depressed. I try to just, you know, be optimistic. I'm a very optimistic person. I'm one of those people that says like everything is going to get better, because it always does. So why not stress? Why stress where you can just continue living your life? And yeah, obviously try to work and improve on what that problem is, but don't have your life on standby to where you're like sitting in the room in the corner just crying your eyes out. That's not going to help anything. Yeah, it may feel good at the moment, just letting it out. Sometimes you just need a good cry, but you need to just continue being positive, continue moving on, and just waiting patiently, keep working until something happens to where you're no longer in that hole that you were in that's causing you to feel that way. So right now we're kind of in that place. So that's why if you guys want to check out our Patreon page and kind of contribute any cash that you need for us to pay our rent or anything, that will help our bills and expenses, so that way we're not getting kicked out or evicted. And my most thing was like, we have Bryson now, and I grown attached to him. He's my son, and my mom, I can't go back home to my mom. My mom building does not allow dogs, so he can definitely not stay with us. And then just him staying with like Mannie at his house, at his parents' house that has like 8 other people living there, it's like not a good environment for Bryson whatsoever. And like him being away for us that's in a 2-parent household and everything just changes for him, that will literally like make him depressed. Right now he hasn't been eating dog food because of the fact that we simply can't really afford to give him food, so we just been giving him our human food like chicken and broccoli, which he can eat, but it's just like he's eating our food. So I rather just sacrifice my food for Bryson in order for him to like keep eating and remaining healthy, because as you guys know, like I said in the previous vlog, we got him when he was sick. So whatever sickness that he has is still in him, and it's just like struggle to pay that as well. So by all means, you don't have to feel sorry for us. I just want you guys to learn from a learning experience from us. People do go through this, and it's okay. Life happens, but the thing is, like, I always fall back on my feet one way or another. So yeah, I'm also going to be selling wigs as well. I was planning to do that even before I was doing in this like run, because I wanted to give you guys wigs. You guys always ask me like, am I selling wigs, because I sell wigs in the past, but I wasn't like I got some new ones, and you know, I was wearing them and stuff like that, but I wasn't wearing them as often. Like, I would just kept switching on my style. So if you guys are interested in that, I will have the link down below for you guys to go check out the wig sale as well. So yeah, I would love for you guys to go. I'll have all like the pictures of like my styles along with the hair as well, and the information, the link to the website to show you guys how much you're saving and stuff like that. So if you guys want to help out, I would love for you guys to like contribute to the Patreon page. Patreon is basically like you becoming a member. You can sign up for like $2 a month, $5 a month, $30 a month, or $50 a month. I think I forgot how much the members can contribute. Also, you can donate money to the page as well. I have like a goal to help us like with the expenses and stuff. So if you guys want to do that, I will love your support and help. If you're like a ride or die Genecia and Mannie squad member, MG gang, you guys always pull through, and just like your support, you guys always ask us where we've been, and I just try to keep like, I don't want to like tell you guys and stuff, like, you know, but like one day I just told like this girl, like, I'm sorry we haven't been filming, like we just been going through stuff, we're like super stressed, and you know, you understand. So also I live in like a gated community, and if I knew about townhomes here are so much cheaper than apartments. So if I would have known that, I would have kind of like, you know, looked into that sort of thing. But I just thought like, since I like, all I knew then was apartments and condos, I didn't think townhomes were like kind of like apartments, but like more affordable and stuff like that. I just thought it was like, okay, family, but I wasn't thinking family at the moment. Like I just wanted a first home for Mannie and I, live there for a while, and then when we consider having like a huge family, then we'll move and expand to a house. If you're a YouTuber and you are experiencing the advertisements, and like, I don't know if you guys know, YouTube had pulled out advertisements had pulled out from YouTube, and if you didn't know, YouTubers get paid off ads, and that's like a huge chunk of their revenue that's getting paid in their pockets. And if there aren't ads seen on your videos, you aren't really making any money. So I went from living comfortably to struggling like no other business. Like, am I going to eat today or tomorrow? Oh, the bills haven't been paid for months, like stuff like that. Like that's how it is, like literally, because of YouTube. And that's why I'm not gonna say you should always have a backup plan, because if you've been consistent with like revenue and stuff like that, then you wouldn't really think that. But in this case, like, I really should have been saving more than I thought, instead of just living comfortably. So that's literally our mistake on our end. And I just been learning how to budget more, a little bit more. And do we really need to eat out if there's food in the house? Like, are we just being lazy because we don't need it, like we don't want to cook, like stuff like that? It's just a mentality that you have to change and like kind of grow from, so you don't go back into that struggling phase. When something bad happens, you have something in your account to fall back on as far as expenses and stuff like that. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. And you know, even though I moved out the house when I was like 23 turning 24, I wasn't like educated on, you know, budgeting and stuff like that. I learned about financial stuff and all that through when I was working with Primerica. It's just like you know, it was just an insurance company, so I learned all that. But the aspect of just like budgeting your money, like rent, gas, sewer, water, like electric bill, internet, and then like we had to we didn't really have any credit, like we didn't have any credit to our name, so like we had to get like credit. So I got my laptop and kind of like, is it lease? Does that mean lease? Or I just got it and just pay monthly payments until like, you know, it's done. So that's like me building on my credit to show like, okay, I'm responsible making payments. So I did that. Mannie got the car to show that, you know, he's making monthly payments in order for us to like live in a home and stuff like that. Because if you don't really have credit, you can't really show proof of like you making a monthly income to something, or like you're responsible in that aspect. So yeah, phone bills can help, but I feel like phone bills are kind of like a small little fee, like you're paying like $100. Wow. So yeah, it's just life, and just venting to you guys kind of like helped me kind of like, okay, like I don't know, it just makes me feel like a little better just saying it out loud and just getting off my chest. I know things are going to get better. You just have to keep faith. If you do believe in God, just continue to pray in his name and call on him, and you know, good things will prosper for you and stuff like that. And you just always have to keep a positive mind and outlook. And there's days where you're going to become stressed and try to take it out on the next person that's nearest around you. And you know, that's where me and Mannie kind of like understand each other, because I know when if I attack him because I'm really down in something, he knows like, okay, something's upsetting me, so he knows not to kind of like lash out and stuff like that. So you kind of really have to understand each other. If you're looking to like move in with your significant other, you have to really understand each other and like learn about each other. Mannie and I have been together for like 9 years when we moved in here. It's 10 years now, but we never lived with each other. We lived in hotel rooms, but that's not like living, like spending the night for like a few nights. It's just like, okay, like, you know, you're not really doing any responsibilities and stuff, but you kind of learn about the other person and kind of helps you understand about yourself and, you know, grow as a couple. And those hardships is what makes the foundation stronger and stuff like that. And you guys always ask why Mannie looks mad in videos. There are times, I'm going to say like a small amount of time where, you know, those are just bad days. People have bad days. Like, why do you act like you come on YouTube and we have to just be like all the time? Like, who does that? Like, this is a platform where you just be yourself. There's times where something's going to make you mad. Something's going to piss you off. You're going through something. You never know what someone's going through. You know what I mean? Someone could have died close to him and you wouldn't even know, because he's not like, sometimes people don't express that, you know. So you just never know what people are going through. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to like bring someone down. You know, why does he look like that? That's his face. He naturally looks pissed all the time. Like, since high school, like, people would try to approach me when I'm with Mannie and they just don't, because I talk to people in private and they say like he just looks like they're afraid of him, like he just looks mad, like unapproachable, you know. So that's just how he looks. Why are you getting mad about his face? Like, I'm pretty sure you went to school with people and they look evil or mad all the time, but they're really the nicest ones. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, they can't help how they look, you know. I'm a smiley, bubbly person. I've always been that way. I laugh on my own jokes. Like, I would literally just be in the living room, I think of a joke in my head and I would just burst out laughing. I can't stop laughing because that's just me. I'm like a perky, outgoing person. And the thing is, like, Mannie and I balance in that way, because it's like he's goofy like that too, but he's like that with me. Like, it's kind of hard to show it on camera because it's like, oh, there's a camera in your face. Like, he wouldn't be no good for reality TV. Like, he would just like ratings will go down because it was like too many cameras. Like, I don't know, I don't even know how I would act with a bunch of cameras around. Like, that's hard. Like, but just me being comfortable, it took me a long time to be comfortable on camera. So I know it's going to take him, you know, a little bit while just for him to fully be himself. Like, he's been warming up to you guys, so just give him that, you know. Don't give him a hard time. He normally looks like that. It's okay. He's so sexy. So yeah, if you guys have any positive words, leave them in the comment box. I would love, like, just to hear what you guys if you have any like positivity, I would love to like read them, something I can go back and read on and just be like, thank you guys. You guys made my day and you guys made me feel a little bit better. So yeah, I think I covered everything. If I don't, I probably would mention it in another vlog or anything, but
baby, you know I don't pull out when we loving, touching and kissing and licking. No, it's leaving your panties or something now. In my car, in my crib, I'm shining with the